Yeah. Yep. 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 Yeah.
What did we talk about?
Kevin, we
What
as
did,
older
what, what did
fans, listen, we're the older fans. We are the older statesmen. We've seen this movie. We've read this book. It never seems to have a happy ending. It never seems to have a happy ending. This was supposed to be a game that was winnable. Rah, rah, we're coming off of a win that we snatched from the jaws of defeat, right? And we come in here. We've never had a winning after 3 games. We've never were 2-1 since 2015.
Mm-hmm.
We have a chance to start righting our wrongs of pasts. And we make the same mistakes. We do the same dopey things. And
getting off. Yeah, go.
No. And we coach these guys the same way. Is there not any accountability? Is there not something different? I've seen this story. I've seen this movie. What? I'm at a loss, Kevin. I really am. And I'm jumping around. We should probably take it step by step. But I don't see putting Zach Wilson in next week against a sack happy blitzing Pittsburgh team with a left side of the offensive line that can't do anything right, and you want to put the kid out there? Everyone says, "Oh, he'll run."
The only hope, the only difference, and only hope is he'll run away.
I understand. Yeah, I agree. But he's going to be running for his life all the game. Again, we've said this time and time and time again. It doesn't matter who's the quarterback if the O-line is Swiss cheese. What happened to all this great depth we heard about? I had millions of Jet fans. Finally, the O-line is deep. The O-line is this. The O-line is that. Well, this is just a deja vu over and 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 over again.
I mean, when you throw the ball 52 times, there's something wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, look at them with the flea flicker and everything.
Yeah. Well, they were desperate. They were they came out and they did what they wanted to do. They controlled the game and they punched us in the mouth instead of us punching them in the mouth. How many times? And Kevin, the way I'm a fan of Mims and everyone thinks I'm a jackass, and that's fine. I am not a fan of Jonathan Franklin Myers. And I saw today, Bart and Willie going at it. One thought it was a good call. One thought it was a bad call. We've seen that play million. When is JFM going to have enough brains to pull up?
Just don't put your hands
up. Yeah. And yes, Willie and Bart were going at it, and it was fun to listen to them and watch. But I'm sorry, like that, we've seen that JF move over, and it's always on 3rd down after we're about to get off the field.
And would have had good field position too.
We would have forced them to punt, and at that point, we would have still been in the goddamn game. I mean, Jeff fans, what am I not seeing? Somebody tell me.
What was all the screaming about on the sidelines?
Well, supposedly, Quinnen wanted them to go to a 4-man O-line, a D-line rush instead of the 3-man, and him and the defensive coordinator got into it. The defensive O-line, the D-line coach. Kevin, that's a sign of a bad team.
Yes. Yes.
Like when you see crap like that, and
Kevin? That's why I brought it up. Absolutely.
Yeah. And this is just my takes. So if people want to tell me, oh, yeah, you got to put in this guy, got to start. That's fine. That's your take. This is my take. And my take is that where we were hoping that this team will slowly take the steps, they're not. And the team that we all used to make fun of, oh, we never want to be that team. We are the new Detroit Lions. You can't even say that anymore. Because again, I saw Detroit Lions 3 straight weeks played their ass off. And the only difference is because they're a young team, they haven't learned to win yet. But they were in 3 games that they could easily be 0-3 as well as 3-0. Meanwhile, we won a game by luck. And
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. I know, I'm joking here, Kev. I'm joking here, but I envision the Jets winning Sunday like they did, and practice on Wednesday with everybody sitting in the lounge chairs going, oh, coach, what do you worry? He's been sacked 13 times. We'll kill him. We got this in the bag. And they're all sipping martinis with their little umbrellas, relaxing, because that O-line did not pressure Joe Burrow the way they should. 2 sacks. I think we sacked him twice. And then one he went down on his own, so they gave us the third sack.
I think it was Scott on the post game saying, hey, how about some containment, man?
Yeah.
Containment.
Yeah. And
I letting him get outside like that for.
Yeah. And I understand Flacco's a stature, but they got to him 4 times because that left side of the O-line where we had all this great depth, we thought, sucked. Fans sucked. McDermott sucked. We lost Dwayne Brown. We lost Mekhi, the mountain of a man, Becton. When is this going to stop?
They were running around Fant like a turnstile.
My God, when is it going to stop? When is it going to stop?
And then
the last time we were 2-1 in September was 2015. How is that even possible?
It's possible. It's reality.
And I don't even want to talk about the game, Kevin. I have these little stats that I learned from
what difference? What difference does it make?
From watching the game. Like, what? I'm not going to say anything these Jet fans don't know. The Jets have trailed in 21 straight games at some point throughout the game. They have never had a lead. There 21 straight games at some point they trailed, which means they never came out and punched someone in the mouth first. Is that a real stat? I heard that today. I didn't do any double check on it or research on it. Have trailed 21 straight times at some point in the game. They I don't even know if that's an accurate stat. I just heard that today. The Jets have given up, Kevin, a total of 21 points or more in 9 straight games. That's not under the Gase regime or the Bowles regime. That's under this regime. That's under this regime. Are you kidding me?
Defense was horrendous today. Horrendous.
Here's another one for you. The Jet, and we're just talking about the D-line. We're not talking about the whole team. Or the D-line is the most expensive D-line in the league. We have the most money in the league on our D-line, and we have shit to show for it.
And you got to that guy 2 times today.
You know, enough. You know what? I'm not an X's and O's guys, and I'll keep repeating. So for all you X's and O's guys who want to kill me and tell me why I'm wrong, fine. Fungool, I don't care. I see John Myers make a bad play once a week. I see Quinnen not getting enough help. I see Carl Lawson, who we put all this money in. He's a mystery. Was he in the game?
Yeah, where is he?
I didn't hear the man's name today. I didn't see Quan Alexander until the second half. Where was he the whole first half?
Did you take the day off because that's your old team?
Or were they playing nickel coverage the whole – I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
know. I guess I'm not an X's and O's guys. I just see what I see. But when I read out these stats to you, it's just pathetic. This is pathetic. Burrow threw for 163 yards in the first quarter, Jet fans. First quarter
alone.
14-6. That's all the point scoring the Bengals needed right there. 14-6. And listen, there's going to be many people that are going to try to put a positive spin on it, you know, and I get it. And I could put a positive spin too. But here we go. We're driving, and Corey Davis, who everyone loves, who I can't stomach at this point, makes a badass penalty which cost and ruins the drive and marches us back 15 yards, where if we would have scored there, it would have been a 7 or 8 point game.
Yeah.
But yet this is the guy we're going to go to every week. This is our ace guy. This is our ace guy.
Maybe that's why I heard those
this
rumors.
is our ace receiver.
Yeah. Maybe that's why we heard he was on the trade block.
Yeah. Yeah. And I get it. Flacco, 2 interceptions. I'm not saying he's the answer. I'm not saying that at all. But if this O-line can't protect, what good is putting Zach Wilson to get him killed and maybe hurt for the friggin' season? Yeah, he'll roll out, but he'll be rolling out all goddamn day against Blitzburg. And if you don't think Pittsburgh's looking at us as their get-right game after being embarrassed on national TV to the Browns in Pittsburgh this week, we got to go to Pittsburgh. I'm sorry, Joe. I said he should come back against Miami, who won a great game today. I still say bring him back against Miami. But what do I know? Like I said, I'm not an X's and O's guys. I just know what I'm seeing and what I'm watching as a fan. And I'm not happy again this year.
Maybe they know the O-line is so bad. The only way you got a chance is somebody who can run. But then why wouldn't you put White in? Yeah.
But then, Kevin, why is Mike LaFleur, and maybe it's because of the O-line, I guess, I don't know. I'm not an X's and O's guy. Why are they so pass happy? Joe Flacco in 3 games is averaging 53 throws a game. You don't win when your quarterback has to.
No.
Kevin, I heard
you need balance.
I'm sorry, Ken. I feel like I'm talking too much, but I feel like we heard all summer, oh, the 2-headed monster, Hall and Carter, and boom, 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 boom. And we all agreed with it. But why are we saying it? Because we're going away from the run constantly. Now, I know someone out there is going to say, well, Greg, we're not running because the O-line is so weak. The O-line only has to block for 1 or 2 seconds instead of 3 or 4 seconds to throw. There's a little difference in that. And when you have and then where's the little screens? There's none of that. We got 2 great tight ends and I hate saying he was hurt last week, but Uzama made 1 catch today.
One.
I'm sorry, Kevin. Like as much as I keep and I know because I'm just a fan. Let's see what Mims could do with these other 3 young receivers, because Corey is not showing us anything. And I got to tell you, for better or for worse, I'd rather see Clemens and Jermaine Johnson play and Carl Lawson and Quinnen Williams. And I could care less of any, and then bring Rankins in as the fill. I'm saying it again. What do I know? I could care less if I never see JFM again. I really can't. No. And I know everyone else, you'll tell me I'm crazy, and I get it. This is just my aggravation, all right? Every time I feel with this player gets the keep, we get off the field, but no, there's the key penalty. And what happened? And here's the other thing which kills me, Kev. The Bengals see something, call a timeout with 5 seconds left in the quarter. They don't even wait till the second quarter. They figured, all right. And what the Jets don't change anything.
Why would you adjust?
Boom, boom, 56 yards later, we're down 14-3.
Yeah, why would you adjust?
14-3. And I don't care what they say on SNY. The defense played a little better in the second half. Again, they had a decent enough lead. They were holding us to field goals.
Yeah,
and
right.
Thank God Zerline could kick, or we might not have no points, because that poor man kicked. Wait, I have the numbers: a 50, a 40, a 52, and a 43. Yeah.
No field goals. You have this.
Yeah. Veteran players costing this team, not the rookies.
Right.
Not the rookies, the veterans. 4 penalties, 55 yards.
Things.
Yeah. Over and over and over and over and over again. 4 penalties, 55 yards. Burrow was sacked 13 times in the first 2 games. Today, 3. A defense that should have been after his ass. Nothing.
3? Geez, I thought it was 2.
3. I believe 3 because, now correct me if I'm wrong, Quinnen Williams and Rankin got the first. Then Rankin got one on his own, and then Joe Burrow did that slide in the backfield not
Oh,
to get
all
the
right,
hit.
okay.
When I believe
Okay.
Quan Alexander, I believe he was behind the line for that. Maybe it's 2. I have it as
So
3.
either way, one was a cheap one.
Yeah, it was a giveaway. But if I'm wrong, someone will let me know. But yeah, and our quarterback was sacked 4 times. McDermott's a waste fan, whether it's the knee still bothering or he just wants out. So he's gonna. I don't know anymore. I don't know what to say because there's always going to be someone out there who's going to feel differently and try to tell me I'm wrong, and that's okay. These are my opinions,
I mean, a couple of those times with Fant, it was like, holy crap, he's just letting the guy go around you.
Yeah. Like we got rid of, and I don't know if he would have been any good, but again, like we cut a young player like Pinnock to have, what's his face make that stupid penalty. I just saw the note and I lost it. Joyner with that penalty, the helmet to helmet. Why do we see?
So he says,
Yeah, Kevin, but you know what gets me? It's like we've seen this story, we've seen this game. We've seen this game.
What was it? What was the play where receiver on the Bengals caught the ball and we like just bounced off of him instead of wrapping him up and tackling him? We went,
Yeah.
What does he do? He bounces off us and he keeps going.
Yeah, no, of course. What's new? That's every play. 1 play, 2, like that's every play.
I'm not going to tackle. I'm just going to throw myself at you. I don't know.
I don't get it. 163 yards in the first quarter alone, Burrow had. Here it is. I wrote it down right here. Bengals first possession. 3-9 after penalty. D can't get off the field. 3-8. Jets defense Swiss cheese. Bengals have all day on the TD pass. This D line is utter garbage. That first drive was the day in a nutshell. Because when they got the penalties, the Bengals, they bounced back from them in those first 2 drives. We couldn't get off the field. How many times, Kevin, have you seen that story? 3-8, 3rd down and 8, Jets can't get off the field. They give up 9. 3rd and 7, Jets give up 8, can't get off the field. Constantly. Don't tell me we haven't seen this.
3rd and 17, you give up 20.
Yeah. Don't tell me we haven't seen this. And it hurts me, Kevin, because I'm such a diehard. My day revolves around watching this team. I don't do anything. If I'm not going to be home by 12:30, I sit here. I'm up. And I know there's a lot of people out there like us. I'm up every Sunday morning with that new excitement. Like today, 7 a.m., I'm up. And Sundays are the only day I could sleep in. And I'm up because I'm excited. I'm thinking, this is the day. This is the day. This is the day. Well, let me tell you something. And again, I'm jumping around because I'm just so friggin' aggravated with if the Giants win tomorrow, that will be Brian Daboll's 3rd win as a head coach to Salah's 4 in 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And it would have been 5, but one of them was Middleton, not him.
And what are you going to say? Well, he inherited a better roster? I don't think so.
No. He put together a better coaching staff. Please, again, one time, thank you all for liking, subscribe, and spread the word. But please tell me if I'm the only one or you feel like me in the comments. Is it the players or does Albrecht need to go? Or does Saleh need to take over and start calling the defense? Because he's going to go down with this ship, Kevin. This team cannot survive a 3-13. Give me a second. A 3-13 season or a 5-11 season when Detroit is in every game. And Jacksonville right now was winning the last I saw, and they're in every game. They're taking the steps. The Giants are taking, all the C teams that we were compared to are taking the steps, and we're not.
Well, they'll say, but you can't judge it with Flacco for the first 3 weeks.
Listen, I'm a bigger Zach, and I'm not
Doesn't matter who's
100%.
playing quarterback. He still doesn't stop you from making stupid penalties and
Yeah,
everything else.
and
So
have an O-line that can protect. Now, listen, I'm more of a Zach guy than you, but I don't care who's back there if that line is going to be Swiss cheese. And
doesn't matter.
again, Kevin, Max, and I'm going to say it until he has a bad game, and even if he has a bad game, I'm going to give him another chance. Max Mitchell, who everyone was stinking worried about, is shown up. Is shown up. The right side is okay.
I didn't see him coming from the right side. That's where it's
No,
just
no. But we were all worried about Max. We couldn't wait to, and listen, I'm one of the guilty. We couldn't wait to sign Dwayne Brown, who came in here for 10 days, took our money, and he's hurt.
Yeah. Got his guarantee, and
Yeah. Like, I'm sorry, Jeff. And it's like, you think I want to come in? You think I want to spend my Sundays doing this? No. I want to come on here and tell you great things. How this team is putting the bricks in the wall. They're climbing the ladder. But they're not. They're not. They got a lot of stuff to clean up again. And it was more, and and now it's easy to see. We were all hyped last week, but it was more to see that Cleveland blew it than we played well in those final 2 minutes.
Of course. And Cleveland blew it, and we got lucky.
Yeah. Cleveland, the Cleveland Browns must have been sitting home today going, seriously, we lost to that. I'm sorry. This has been my team. If you think I'm not a fan, again, Fangu. I've been on this team for 46 years. I grew up with this team. It hurts me. This team hurts me more than the friggin' Mets, and they haven't done much. What am I looking at with the Mets? 3 World Series? 4?
Yeah.
14 times in the playoffs, the Mets. I'm a diehard with these teams. I just don't come on here and act like I'm not a fan. It kills me. I live with these losses. I waste 3 hours like everyone else on a Sunday to see what? What am I seeing?
Listen, you see my relative calmness today. Why? Because what did I say? It was going to be this. I knew it was going to be this.
Yeah. Listen, Kevin, we said it a lot on Saturday, especially me. Shit the bed was used a lot on Saturday, at least from me.
I knew it was going to be
exactly what they did. I'm sorry, like, even if you were a fan from 97 on, you had to know enough about this team to say, here it comes. Here it comes. I don't know.
We said it all the time. We're all pumped up. Place everybody's there at 8 o'clock in the morning. Tailgate. Yeah.
Tailgate.
Okay. Yeah. Here we come. Look out. All right. Whack. Right in the stones.
Yeah. No.
Right in the stones. How did that feel?
It's true. First half stats: the Bengals had 34 plays to our 38. Again, we're doing. How can I phrase this? We're doing okay. We're doing something. We're showing signs, but yet we're not quite there because of stupidity. That's all I can say.
All the time.
22 rushing yards in the first half to their 13. All right, they chopped us up on the passing yards, 208 to 118. Both teams had a turnover, and the total yards at the half were 221 to 140.
Yep. I mean,
this defense gave up 27 points, 261 passing yards, 68 rushing yards for a total of 329 yards. Third down, 50%, 7 for 14. Do you realize, Kevin, and I would have to go back and see the other 31 teams, but in 3 games, the defense has given up a total of 1,008 yards. That's 336 yards per game. Until this gets cleaned up, even if Zach Wilson comes back with a perfect line, you have to score 28, 30 points, 31 points a game because this defense is still giving up over 300 yards per game, 336 right now per game, with an average of 24 points, I think, per game.
And that's been for like the last 5 years.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm just talking this year, already over 1,000 yards. This defense has given up.
Yeah. Sure. Unbelievable. I mean, I'm looking at the
23 points a
offense. I'm
game.
looking at our offensive stats here.
Yeah.
I mean, what running game? Yeah, the two-headed monster you're talking about. They both have 39 yards apiece.
Yeah, 76 yards total, right? Is that what it comes to? 39, 39, whatever.
Yeah, 78.
Whatever.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. Let me ask you something, Kev. I understand we all wanted him here. What happened to Berrios? Where's the little flea? Like, I know we used to bitch about, but where's some of the trickery? Where's some of why are we not using Berrios anymore?
I don't know.
Rushing yards today, 76.
Yeah, your leading receiver was Conklin.
Yeah. And that was late in the game when that all
happened. Right, a lot of garbage time yards.
Yeah. And knock on wood that Jared Wilson came back.
I thought we had broken ribs maybe or something.
Joe Burrow was 23 for 36 today, Kevin. 275 passing yards, 3 TDs, no interceptions, sacked 3 times. That's the stats on Joe Burrow. Again, Kevin, I'm sorry. Like, I hate coming on here for 20 minutes, but there's nothing else to say.
What do you say?
Like, I'm sorry, Jeff, and I hope we're not shortchanging you, but what are we going to do? Just keep piling it on? Like I said, I think I said it to you after week 1. I said, there's going to become a time where we start doing our post games by saying, hey, everybody, been there, done that. We'll see you next week for week 5. Yeah, that's what it's going to come down to, because this is just repeating ourselves over and over again.
It's the same stuff.
Yeah. Our D-line, who we all thought, and again, I always preface by saying us included, you and I thought this was going to be the D-line that we dreamt of. And it's cricket. That's what it sounds like. You paid, like, I don't know. Does Joe Douglas and Woody Johnson go down after the game and say to this coaching staff, we paid Lawson all this money. Where is he? You know what I got to do one day? Here's what I got to do. I got to record the game, and then maybe we do like a late post game, like 2 days later, so I could rewatch it and see how Lawson is in, because I feel like the man's never in a game.
Never hear his name. Doesn't even wreak havoc.
Yeah.
Let alone a sack.
And I'm sorry. It sounded like, I heard somebody say the Jets started the game in nickel. How long were they in nickel? Because technically we didn't see Quan for like ever. And what are we going to, because we were already thin at linebacker. What happens now if Quincy is hurt? Which some may think it might be season ending the way he landed.
I heard that.
So now what do we do?
Good question.
Now, I know, Kevin, if we could beat Pittsburgh, we'll take a deep breath and we'll say, all right, it's quarter.
Yeah, all right, you're 500 again.
Yeah. But again, Kevin, I know, again, it's week to week, but where Miami at one point, for at least you and I, looked like a winnable game. I don't know now. Well, can we stop that team? I don't care if people say.
Not with what you showed today. No way.
I don't care if Tua could only throw the ball 40 yards. We might not be able to keep up with Tyreek. Now, I am going to preface by saying I'm very pleased with Sauce.
I'm
very pleased with Jared Wilson.
Shows you were on the same wave, because I was going to say the 2 bright spots were those 2.
Yeah, well, I'm even willing to say 3 because it's the rookies. I'm going to throw Max Mitchell in there. I'm sorry. Until he gets his ass kicked, and it's going to come because he's a rookie.
No, of course.
But I'm willing to forgive one game.
Yeah.
But now this is 3 weeks in a row with fans. Now Lakeland Tomlinson is coming off my shit list. He's slowly getting into it. He was decent today. He's building his thing. But I don't.
You think fans dogging it?
Either that, Kevin, or that knee's a little worse than what we think. Like that knee
Because he's disgruntled, you know.
Then ask for a trade. Like I don't know if a player would dog it because then you're interfering with your money. You know,
because, man, I hope it's the knee because they were running around you sometimes like you weren't even there.
Well, we're gonna know on Tuesday, right? Or maybe tomorrow. I'm sure they're gonna look at fan. We'll know what's the extent of Quincy Williams injury. You know, we'll see. We'll see. But let me tell you, Kev, I'm a little afraid to bring Zach in against Pittsburgh. Because they're going to watch the tape and see that left side of the line, and they're going to do all these little...
No, everybody's going to come from that side.
Different things, the way they shake it up and all these little different things. And poor Zach could be running for his life. I know, he'll extend the play. He'll extend the play. All right. Let's hope, because I don't want this kid to get hurt, because if he gets hurt and we lose him again for a significant amount of time...
Forget it.
Yeah. We might be picking first again. I don't know. Again, the inactives, Bryce Hall. Everybody, we all wanted this cager here. He can't get on the field. Why he's even on the team?
Mims who knows? Again.
You know, at this point, trade Mims. Maybe you get a couple of footballs. I don't know. I don't know anymore. Like I don't need to see Corey anymore. I really don't. I was like, that was such a bad penalty. That really just took the life out of the sails.
Bonehead.
Yeah. Took the life out of the sails. Can you just imagine if we would have scored there? It would have been a one-possession game with close to 10 minutes left.
Yes.
Now the defense gets pumped. Now they're like, all right, our offense just gave us something. Let's go get them the ball back. Like, Corey, you're going to argue with Eli Apple? Like, this is the guy? Like, seriously? Let him talk. Baby. He plays 3 plays.
And then who cares?
You know?
I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
the first quarter just summed up the game.
The first drive did.
Yeah, the penalty, they score. Call a timeout with 5 seconds left just to stick it in our throats because they changed the play because of whatever the coaches saw or thought they saw or didn't like or whatever words you want to put in my mouth or whatever way you want to say. And boom, 56 yards later, it was 14-3. 14-6, whatever at that point.
Yep.
So that's it. That's it for me, Kevin. If you have anything to add, I'm willing to listen.
What are you going to add?
No, I'm just saying.
What are you going to add? I mean, I could come on here and spew a bunch of stuff and everything, but it's the same shit. I knew I knew when we went on yesterday, that's what was going to happen.
Yeah.
Because it's seen it time. We have a house guest staying with us, friend of ours. Okay. Before the game, I said to him, this is the game I've seen over and over and over and over. I said, well, everybody's pumped up. Everybody's there, 8 o'clock in the morning, tailgate. Yeah. Wow, what a game last week. Yeah, here we come. Look out. Right? And we always lay an egg.
Yeah.
I said that at like 9 o'clock this morning or something.
Yeah.
Sure enough.
Hey, you notice, Kev? You ever notice when we play a team and they're always when the schedule comes out, they always pick us when they're going to do a ring of honor for someone. Like every time New England wants to put someone in the ring of honor, they used to play us because they knew it was going to be a win. They knew this team was going to be fired up and they weren't going to be embarrassed. So we lose a game and we put in one of our greatest centers into the ring of honor, and we can't even go out as a unit and win a fucking game and show that this
Because
organization.
that's what always happens.
I know.
And even
I know.
and to compound it and kick you twice, it was the Mangold thing at halftime. So
Yeah,
you know,
I know. That's what I'm saying.
all
That's what I'm
pumped up,
saying.
right, yeah.
I watched New England put two guys into the ring of fire against us. They were making jokes at our expense at halftime because they were kicking our ass. Like, when is this team gonna, it should have been, here we go. We have a chance to be 2-1. Our brother Nick is getting on it in the Ring of Honor. Let's go. Let's go. Let's change the culture. Let's show this is a great organization. We're building something. We're proud of our future and our past. And nothing. The highlight of the Jet game, and I'm glad SNY showed it, was watching Nick make his speech.
Is it a home thing? Is it a MetLife thing?
I don't know.
Because they seem to come there and stink it up.
Maybe we just need our own home field. Maybe if Woody sells this goddamn team, whoever takes over will get a field. I don't care if it's in Long Island. I tell you, that stadium that was supposed to be built by the West Side Highway in Manhattan, the Dolans didn't cry, whatever he bullshit, that would have been a beautiful home stadium for us. I don't know anymore. I know we're grasping straws here.
How do you do this to your fans every year? The people who pay, I was one of those people forever. The people who pay the money to come there and park and buy the concessions and the souvenirs and everything. And what do they get? And every time this is what they get.
Yeah, and Kevin, there are a lot of fans who maybe don't go to the game, but they're buying the jerseys. They're buying the hats. They're buying the sweatshirts.
Want to know why I didn't do my PSL? This is why.
Yeah. I'm just at a loss.
This is why. And how long ago was that? And what have you seen since?
Yeah.
Listen, there's winning and there's misery. There ain't nothing else.
Yeah. And Kevin, the two and again, I know there's going to be positive spins, but again, all we asked for was competitive football. I watched the Detroit Lions. Now, the only thing that's killing them is they don't know how to win yet.
Right. They don't know how to close the game.
Yeah. They lost a nail biter today. They lost a nail biter in week 1, and they're in every game. We haven't been in every game. And technically, if Chubb goes down like he's supposed to,
right? Yeah, you're not in that one either.
3 double-digit losses in 3 weeks. So, Jet fans, if you're telling me, oh, I'm old, I'm grumpy, I don't know, there's no cloud, put that in your pipe and smoke it. Mm-hmm. If Chubb takes the knee like he's supposed to, we don't win that game, and that's 3 weeks in a row. We lose by double digits. That no one's talking about that, because the Cleveland game was such this miraculous thing. We thought, finally, the football gods like us. We've turned the page. They
don't like you that much.
No. Joe Burrow sacked 13 times in 2 games, lost, and here, let me throw some more dirt on it. And everyone will kill Flacco. He can't run, whatever. I get it. The Bengals lost to Trubisky and Cooper Rush, right? Is that his name, the Dallas quarterback?
Yeah.
Cooper Rush.
Yeah.
I so can't wait, and maybe I'll be wrong. I so can't wait to see what the Giants do tomorrow to Cooper Rush on Monday Night Football in their building. Now, maybe I'm wrong, and Cooper Rush is the second coming of what's the Roger Staubach, and he wins. But we kept talking about, the Bengals were playing a backup to a backup because Lala Collins was hurt, and 2 sacks the whole friggin' game. They couldn't. That one play, that Joe Burrow, I felt like he ran for an hour when he finally threw that
Yes,
second.
yes,
You know?
yes. I don't know, man.
I don't know. I don't know what to say anymore. All I
No,
can
what do
say
you
is,
say?
again, we'll come back on here on Friday because we're diehards, and we'll tell you why we think our Jets are going to win because we're diehards and we believe. But it's getting harder, Kevin. I'll be honest with you, Kevin. It's getting hard for me to want to sit here with you, and nothing against you. I love you, brother. But I'm getting tired of coming on here with this story.
It's the same story.
You know?
And I love you too, man.
I just
But it's the same story.
Yeah, seriously. We really thought we had something when you look at this lineup, these draft picks. And Kevin, I could live with this if these were games that were nailed by, and we're not making the same dumb mistake. We're in every game 31-27, 31-28, something to tell me we're doing something.
We're sitting there watching that today. It's the same crap I've watched for I don't know how long.
Yeah, I know. We're beating a dead horse here. It's terrible. Terrible. All right, folks, that's it for me.
What are you gonna say?
Sorry, Jet Nation. Sorry, my Jet brothers and sisters. I wish we could deliver better news, but
Yeah,
again,
you know,
tell us your thoughts, like and subscribe.
winning in misery ain't nothing else.
Yeah.
And you know, we'll Belichick it and we'll go. We're on Pittsburgh.
Yeah, on to Pittsburgh.
We're on to Pittsburgh. We're on to Pittsburgh. Moving on to Pittsburgh.
All right, Kev. Try to enjoy your Sunday. I will talk to you the week.
Your Sunday out there, everybody. You know, I mean, hey, we've seen it all before. Nothing different.
Yeah.
Same ending. Same ending.
Yeah. Yeah.
Another week, same ending.
Yeah.
All right. We'll talk to you guys later. We'll see you Friday. Okay. Until then, enjoy the games tonight and shit up. Talk to you later.
All right.